Dun 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 dun. Star Wars Rogue One trailer is here. Let's react to it. The Star Wars Rogue One trailer, it's finally here. I've been waiting for a Rogue One trailer ever since a week before Celebration, I believe, because, you know, I saw reports that, oh, we're going to drop a 3-minute trailer on Friday. And then they didn't. And look, I'm totally cool with the fact that the people at Celebration saw a trailer and that we didn't. But like, if you're not going to deny comments and even TV guides, like TV guides were saying, like, okay, we're going to show this and then we're going to show the trailer of Rogue One. And then we didn't. And it's like, what? Simple fact is just like, the marketing for this movie should have gone up before, in my opinion, because there still are people not aware about the fact that this is a prequel to Star Wars. This is not a sequel to The Force Awakens. No, this is a different kind of thing. For the people who are watching and don't know that, this takes place before the first Star Wars. That's like what you need to know for Star Wars Rogue One. Now, I have a confession to make. I was an idiot that during my trailer reaction, I forgot to switch on the camera. So I like saw it. And then I looked back at the camera and I didn't see a red thing that said it was recording. So I saw it. But you know what? It was so good, I'm gonna see this again. I really wonder what that city is. So Guerrera.
Imperial flags reign across the galaxy.
Can you be trusted without your shackles?
Let's just get this over with, shall we? We have a mission for you. A major weapons test.
I love this shot.
We need to know how to destroy it.
If you're really doing this, I want to help.
Ewing.
Good.
Good. I've been recruiting for the rebellion for a long time.
You destroyed our home. I fight the Empire now.
I fear nothing. All is as the Force wills it.
The captain says you are a friend. I will not kill you.
Thanks.
Interested to see that droid.
Every day they grow stronger.
Krennic. Also very interested to see his villain.
There is a 97.6% chance of failure.
Never tell me the odds.
This is our chance to make a real difference. Are you with me?
All the way.
Wait for the money shot. Oh, it's Vader. It's fucking Darth Vader. My excitement to see Darth Vader on the big screen. You can't even imagine. You honestly, like, really big Star Wars fan can possibly imagine, but Vader has been an icon. Has been like the greatest movie character for me ever, until the point that the prequels kind of ruined him. But you know, it's like he as a character in that original trilogy that was incredible. It's like nothing comes close. Like people who prefer another villain of a movie over him, in my opinion, you're nuts. You don't know what you're talking about. It's like look. Here's the thing. I think I've never shown this before. I'm gonna show something. You know, like that right there. You see that poster. It's not my ceiling, by the way. It's my bed. I have a weird room structure, but it's like that poster I've had ever since I fell in love with Star Wars as a kid. Like, I loved Star Wars, and Darth Vader was like the biggest thing. The first time you see his entrance in A New Hope, in my case, I actually saw him the first time in Empire, because that's the first Star Wars movie that I saw. But like the first time you see him in A New Hope entering that suit, intimidates, that's intimidating, and you're like, this is the bad guy. This is the bad guy. Just that. To have him on the big screen, to see him in a Star Wars movie, I'm going to lose my shit when I see that. But you guys won't see that because I'm gonna be in a theater somewhere. But you know, honestly, this trailer is awesome. It shows a lot of great things, and I'm happy. I'm really happy that I don't know a whole lot about what is actually going on. The thing is, we actually know exactly what's going on, because spoiler alert for Star Wars, that movie that came out 40 years ago, in that movie, the movie begins with the fact that the rebels got the Death Star plans. So we know that the movie will end with that, because this movie will end 10 minutes before Star Wars. And then Star Wars takes place, and we all know what happens there. At least I hope you know that, because otherwise I'm really wondering why you're watching my video. Even though we know that storyline, we've seen it, like, yeah, we know that, but I wonder how they do it. I wonder what approach they'll take, because that is something these trailers have not really shown. What these trailers have shown is the tone. It's like, it's going to be a war movie. The first actual war movie in a franchise called Star Wars. That's funny. We haven't had an actual war movie yet. Like, what I really see in these shots is that it looks like Saving Private Ryan to me, which is my favorite war film of all time. So it's like, if Rogue One can be similar to that, if you cross Star Wars and Saving Private Ryan, like, Saving Private Ryan is my favorite war film, and Star Wars is my favorite thing in movies. If you combine that, it's fucking awesome. I'm going to love that shit. The thing I'm really looking forward to is the characters in this movie, because there are a lot of characters, like Jyn Erso and the droid and like whatnot. There are a lot of new characters. I'm really interested to see how they all work. And therefore I also hope that, like, even though I really want to see Vader, that his scene is just him doing something badass, and that's about it. You know, it's like, after that I'm okay with my Vader, and I want to see a new kind of story, because it's also something that Gareth Edwards said, the director of this movie. Like, his favorite movie of all time, I believe, is Star Wars, the first. So he has loved that movie ever since he was a kid, and he said in the sizzle reel that we had at Celebration that, yeah, you love these movies, but if you're not making something new, if you're just copying everything, then what do you really add? It's like he wants to add something. And like, I love The Force Awakens, nothing against that movie, but I do admit that movie was very similar to Star Wars, because it just had to, like, kind of reboot that franchise, because Star Wars after the prequels was kind of dead, and it like needed to reinvigorate that franchise, and it did with The Force Awakens, albeit very similar. But like, now we're getting these new kind of stories and things we haven't seen before, and it's also going to be great, I think. Based on the trailers, I think it's going to be great. But you know, we'll have to wait and see for the actual movie to come out. Also, I'm going to end my video talking a little bit about some really nerdy, geeky Star Wars things. If you don't want to see that, you can switch off now. But here's the thing. This summer I've been reading. some Star Wars books. It's like a shocker for me that I read, because I've never really read a lot except for the Harry Potter books. But like now with Star Wars, I'm so very much into Star Wars that I really wanted to read these things. And now that we've got this new canonized timeline, and we've also got like the Clone Wars TV series and Rebels, like I've seen all of them actually this summer. I have been able to rewatch the entire Clone Wars, rewatch Rebels entirely, and actually get a good sense of all the things going on there. Now there are some books that I need to read. The 3 books that are between Revenge of the Sith and Rogue One are Lords of the Sith. I'm currently reading that one. Then Tarkin, and then New Dawn. Then the TV series of Rebels takes place. And the TV series of Rebels, I loved the first 2 seasons of Rebels, and I really can't wait for the 3rd one. If you've seen my trailer reaction, you know that I can wait for that one. But the thing is, like, after season 3 of Rebels, we're going to have 1 or 2 more seasons, I think. Not a whole lot. And then it has to tie into Rogue One. And actually, Rogue One is going to have a prequel in the form of a book. And that book is going to come out just before the release of the actual movie at the end of this year, called Catalyst. I'll definitely read that book when it comes out. And then I'll be all caught up, because I am reading Lords of the Sith, and I will read Tarkin and New Dawn, and then probably rewatch Rebels again. I'm probably also going to review some of those things leading up to Rogue One, because it's like, it's fucking Star Wars. I just love Star Wars. I've loved it for a long time, and I just want to review some things, because there are some things that I can review still, even though I have done all the movies. There are still a lot of things to do. So yeah, that's all my geeking thoughts on Star Wars for the moment, and on the Rogue One trailer. I've probably left some things out that I could have discussed in this video, but this video is already taking a lot of time, so it's like, if you guys have questions or things you want to discuss, please let me know in the comments below. What do you think about this trailer? What are things that I may not have talked about the trailer? Please let me know in the comments. I will definitely read my comments, because I always love to talk a little bit more about Star Wars. It's a big part in my life, you know. And of course, if you've liked my review and you want to see more of my movie and trailer reviews, click right here.